Breaking news!
What is up, guys? We are the Triple Option back at it with another video for you guys. Today we have some breaking news, some news that will break many hearts, many 49ers fans. And so the news is that Raheem Mostert and his agent have requested a trade out of San Francisco. So that I know that's some devastating news for the 49ers fan base. So AJ, I'm curious to hear what you have to think. What is the price that'll fit his production? And do you think he's expendable? I mean, the 49ers have Tevin Coleman, who they got from the Falcons a couple years ago. And I'm just wondering what's going to happen. That's the question here.
Okay, so your first question was, what are my thoughts on this initially? And I really do, I am pretty surprised. I think Raheem Mostert really was a big piece of this team in the playoffs. And for him to request a trade could be a matter of money, or it could be some internal problem in the management, but we won't know. But as far as you said, how much does he deserve, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, so how much does he deserve? Raheem Mostert, let's first think about the contracts right now. How much running backs are making per year? Christian McCaffrey, $60 million, deserves. Ezekiel Elliott, $50 million, good. Le'Veon Bell, $13 million, eh. David Johnson, $13 million, eh. Derrick Henry, franchise tag, $10 million. So Raheem Mostert, actually, no, I'll look at Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman, the other 49ers running back, makes about $4 million a year. So Raheem Mostert, his production was far greater in the playoffs than Tevin Coleman's. Tevin Coleman, mediocre, really only 388 yards in the playoffs. He only had about 200, 100 yards in the playoffs this year for the 49ers. But Raheem Mostert ran for almost 350 yards. So, and that's in 3 games. So Raheem Mostert effectively ran for 110 yards per game in the playoffs when it matters most. So Raheem Mostert making less than Tevin Coleman is out of the question. He does not deserve to make less than Tevin Coleman, who makes $4 million. So that's a barrier. Now, as far as Melvin Gordon, who was signed, and Kenyon Drake, who was signed this offseason to new deals, and Derrick Henry, $10 million. I think he deserves more than Melvin Gordon and more than Kenyon Drake, so that's already above $9 million. And he deserves around Derrick Henry, but he doesn't deserve Dalvin Cook asking for 13 to 15. He's not there yet. So I think a fair contract for Raheem Mostert is between $9 and $11 million.
That's fair.
All right, and your last question was, do I think he's expendable? So expendable, I would say no. I don't think he's expendable. You lost Matt Breida to the Dolphins this offseason as well, and you already have Tevin Coleman, who showed some signs of weakness in the playoffs. Whether that was because Raheem Mostert was getting the attention or not, I wouldn't know. But we saw Raheem Mostert really, for once in his career, actually pop off with the team, and I think it just meshed so well together. It's just not expendable, in my opinion. Like, you can't get rid of that chemistry. You can't replace chemistry. Like, it's going to cost you money. I agree with that, and you have a few contracts like George Kittle's coming up as well, but you need to keep this group together to return back to the Super Bowl and claim the Lombardi like you almost did before that fourth quarter. You played 3/4 of the game, and then you choked in the last quarter. And you have such a good team that you keep them together, you send them back, and you can get past that last quarter and win the Lombardi.
Yeah,
All right.
just going off on that. I think that Raheem Mostert is putting a lot of pressure on John Lynch, a lot of pressure on Kyle Shanahan to return him back to the team. And I think without him, I don't see the 49ers contending. So as you said, I do not see him as expendable. And I think that Raheem Mostert, as you said, deserves a lot more money for his production. I mean, he's literally their backbone. Without him, they have no strength, no run game. It really opens a lot of things up. And so,
Yeah, and I'll just say one more thing. He had 190 carries for 108 yards and 13 touchdowns. As per our friend at the Fanalist who got us this data, shout out to you again for always giving us this information. But that just shows you he wasn't even the main running back, and he got 1,000 yards in the season, and he's only making $2 million. So Raheem Mostert, get your contract extension, get this 49ers team going, and get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's gonna do it
Nation Eagle.
for our Raheem Mostert video. I think that it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens, and we're gonna keep you guys updated on whatever happens with this contract and whatever happens with the 49ers front office. So stay tuned for that, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your family and friends to keep updated with sports in the NBA and NFL, which we'll be going over in the next video. Thank you.